Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of The Passive Income Show, where I'm taking each month and I'm dedicating it to developing a stream of passive income, or not passive income in this case, because today I am down $599. That's the largest losing day this month. I've only had 4 losing days this month, and this is by far the largest. Now, to be fair, I increased my share size. I had some hiccups going on with Thinkorswim platform, so if it wasn't the end of the month and I wasn't stressed about trying to, make these videos and prove that I can day trade, which I guess I can't, that was something that was on my mind definitely today, trying to battle back. And when you do that, you're not able to execute trades well. So, with all of that said, did learn a lot today. Did have some good trades. Actually, we'll just dive into it right now. Okay, so here we are inside of the trading platform Thinkorswim, which again, not my favorite platform. Very good for technical analysis and long-term holding, but for scalp trading, something that I wanted to do and wanted to do better, it just isn't working out for me. So I'm glad the month is almost over. Now, let's just look at SPY first, and I had a ton of different trades on SPY. I was up at the early in the day, and then I kind of petered out, and it was turned south real quick for me. I'm just going to turn to my trade notebook here. So I mean, I was up, about $200 on the day early on, but then it all kind of went south. Now, the day opened with this huge negative red candle on the 5-minute chart. I'm actually going to go to the 1-minute chart, and we can see just what took place here. Okay, so you can see at the open, we have a downward trend, and we bounce up. If you watched yesterday's video, you know that yesterday I was trying to make sure I was buying it near the low extreme of the VWAP, and then playing that upwards once I saw the momentum going that way, back up to the exponential moving average. Now, that's what I did here, and had a nice winning trade early on. And then I did it again down here as it sold off. I bought near this lower support line and the lower extreme of the VWAP, and held that up. It actually went right through, screaming through the exponential moving average, and so I sold it and was stopped out right there. So those were 2 really good trades. I had another trade which was above the VWAP. I wanted to play a break there from here to here. And then at 8:51, again I was up, but from then it just was whipsawing back and forth, and I wasn't ever able to get on the winning side of the trade. I mean, I had a few winners, but nothing substantial that would bring me back to even or anything like that. So you can see here I tried to short right. Or I tried to go long here for a bounce off of the moving average, thinking, okay, this will tag up and then move higher. Didn't happen, went short. So then I thought, okay, I will play this right here to the upside as well. And the candles were just so big. I mean, you can see on the 5-minute chart up here just how big these... That's way too crazy. You can see on the 5-minute chart just how big these swings were in the early moments of trading. So it was really difficult to judge momentum, and really difficult to hold. Now, had I held on this trade here throughout the whole day, that would have been great. That would have been very profitable. I would still be holding because we're making all-time high. We're making high of the days right now. So moving forward, if you can get this, if you have a support line and you see that you bounce off of that support line, what I would think about in the future, but I'm not offering this as advice because obviously, but I would put my stop below that and then just hope for that momentum. So that was what it looked like there. Now we have come up and we are making highs of the day. Like I said, we're over this 305.48 mark, and so this will be interesting to see where we go from here. We really don't have much going on until 309, so we've got about $4 worth of room to run here, as I see it in the charts. But let's talk about the charts here. And again, I know I don't have any way to acknowledge that you should listen to me on this stuff because I'm down, $600 on the day. However, I should explain that first. down $600 because I also took some other trades. So let's look at those really quick. We've got, I lost some money on this stock here, which again I was just experimenting with trying to play the momentum trades of some of these stocks that are gapping up. So you can see here, I was just, it's really not much fun to look at because there's nothing really exciting to show. The whipsaw of going up and down here stops me out so quickly, and I'm not able to hold on. So I need to kind of figure out a better way to trade these. Something where my entry is better so that I'm not holding and it's not causing me so much stress. The same thing here with this stock. So I was down $21 on this one. This one actually halted. I believe this is, yeah, it's up 179%. So this one went into a halt, and then out of the halt came crashing down, and I got stopped out on that one. So that was just an odd one there. And then here we are again. So, man, so I guess an interesting thing about all of this was, had I stayed with these stocks, I would have made some good money. This one went from 8 to 13, so at 100 shares, I mean, you would have, that's a, whatever is that, that's a nice gain, right? So I probably should have just held longer when I'm looking at these now, and this is the first time I'm checking back in with these stocks. Obviously this one climbing, so that's nice for it, but I just don't know how to play these yet. But there's definitely a possibility there, because the win-loss, the risk that you put on the table is a lot less with these stocks. So, but all in all, those are about $100. So lost there. So that brings my total up to $599. We'll call it $600 on the day. Now, what am I thinking about with the S&P 500? Oh my goodness, it's a tough one to think about, because if you look at where we are, and I'm going to exit some of these. If you look at where we are in the S&P 500, we're in sort of this back and forth, up and down zone here. If I show you guys from the low, so we had this low of 217 put in at the end of March or mid-March or whatever you're going to call it, and then since then we've recovered. I think it's about 35%, 35% or whatever it is, and now we're just kind of meandering back and forth. This is, just remember this, well, let's look at this pattern, but then also I want to show you, and this is where I get really dramatic, and I show you the historical chart from the Great Depression. But I think it's worth looking at, because you can see from, this is a chart of the Dow Jones Industrial Average. This takes from 1922 to 1938. You can see how the recovery looked with this. So we went from from 5,636 down to 807, and then we were recovering back up. Now, again, look at the way this chart looks. You would have had a trend line that would have come here, and we would have been on the other side of that trend line for much of the recovery. And then, if we zoom out just a little bit more, a few more years, you can see that we have this fall here, which is about, that's like a third. This fall here, but we could, similar to this one maybe, similar to this here or something. But it goes back down to about 1,500. So that's a significant decline. And so when we look at this, now this was a deflationary period. This was a depression. I understand that, but in December of 1936, people thought that this thing, was over. They thought that the worst was behind us, and I'm just wondering if the recovery of this pandemic is going to look more like, if it's going to look more like the. Now my computer isn't working with me here. If we're going to see something like this, Okay, so that'd be what I'm getting at here. I'm just getting at, are we going to see some sort of sell-off? Maybe we're in this meandering zone right here. Are we going to see some sort of sell-off soon in the market, or are we just going to continue to ride high? And that's something that I have no idea. But for me, I like to be conservative, even though today was not a good day. And I can't imagine how it's possible for this to just come completely back to its all-time highs. So that's probably why I'm missing out on some of the gains. But again, it's not, I don't really mind that. That's why I'm putting my money in the market during the day. I'm taking my money out of the market during the day. But today, not much money coming back out because down again 600. But anyway, almost done with the month. Looking forward to the wrap up here of that. And I have to get out of this office so that my wife can use this space. So with that, I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm going to be trading tomorrow, but for sure I'm going to have a wrap up on how this month went with my totals and all that coming up hopefully over the weekend. So take care.